I've been using the iPhone 17 for the past 6 months now, and upgrading from the iPhone XR, this was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. The main reason that I bought this phone was to make better YouTube videos and to upgrade to a more future-proof device. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing my honest experiences using this device for the past 6 months. So for some context, I upgraded from the iPhone XR, which up until 6 months ago, I was using for like 2 to 3 years, I think. That phone was just so outdated, 64 gigabytes of storage, the battery life would barely last a day, and I had to upgrade to something a little more future-proof. Now, I did get it in the black colorway, and I just feel like that all-black Batman type aesthetic is just so clean, and my phone is kind of low on battery right now, and to charge it, I've been using the UGREEN Nexode Air 65-watt charger, which is almost 74% smaller than the regular 65-watt charger. It's been coming in really handy for charging my MacBook Air, and when using this charger, it goes from 0 to 55 in just 30 minutes. My iPhone 17, on the other hand, goes from 0 to 60 in just 30 minutes using this charger. This charger features a single USB-C port, and it does come in 4 different colors: Starlight Blue, Space Gray, Cosmic Orange, and Lunar White. You already know me, I had to go with the Cosmic Gray so it matches my phone, and I feel like this color is just so clean. Now, what I like most about this charger that gives it that premium feel is that the surface is coated with a non-slip texture, making it have a really comfortable grip while also preventing it from collecting fingerprints. One of my favorite things has to be compatibility. Whether you're using the MacBook Air, MacBook Neo, iPhone 17, or a pair of AirPods, this charger is compatible with all those devices. Now, if I'm on the go, I'll just switch over to my UGREEN MagFlow Air power bank, which has 10,000 milliamp capacity and gives my phone up to 2 full charges. This has genuinely been such a lifesaver, and the link to both these products will be in the description, which if you use, you will get 25% off. Now, actually getting into the phone itself, when it comes to daily use, this thing is honestly great, and I don't think I've had a single issue with it so far. It is smaller than all the Pro models, obviously, because it is the base model. I think it's around 6.9 inches. When I went into the store and tried out the Pro models, I just felt like they were too big, and they're kind of getting into that like tablet category. That's just me. I just like having a smaller phone. Before I had the XR, I was using the iPhone X, which they're all relatively the same size as the 17. So I wanted to have that same like small compact feel, which is why I ended up just going with the base 17. Now, the design is the same as the iPhone 16, which I'm not a huge fan of. I didn't even own the 16, but I mean, like, if you're buying the newest phone, it should at least look a little different. The durability on this is really good. I've actually been using this without a screen protector for almost a month or two now, and genuinely no scratches at all. I don't know how, but I literally have my car keys in my pocket, coins in my pocket. This thing's just in my pocket there with no screen protector, and I haven't had a single scratch. I'm a pretty careful person, but like, bro, I still drop this thing a lot, and somehow I haven't shattered the screen and it hasn't cracked at all. So this thing is definitely pretty durable, but I wish I could say the same for the aluminum body, because this thing is just not as durable. I've seen a lot of people drop it and break it, which luckily I've had a case on this since day one, so that hasn't happened yet. But despite having a case, somehow there's still some slight chips on the edge of this, which I genuinely don't know how they got there. Maybe it was from dropping it and it happened through the case, but you might not be able to see it on camera. These are very slight, like dents. I just don't know how I got there, because I never dropped this thing without a case yet. But somehow there is some really slight like discoloration and chips on this, so it's definitely something to watch out for. Now, this phone is definitely a huge upgrade from the iPhone XR. I mean, it's like 7 generations ago, so getting used to this was kind of wild, and to see all the features that I'd been missing out on the entire time was so crazy. Like, I'd talk about a feature that I didn't even know existed until I got this phone, because I just wasn't in the loop for so long. But in short, with this phone, you get the 120 hertz display, a faster chip, a way better camera, and all the new AI features, as well as the 2 buttons like the camera button, which I don't like at all, and the action button, which, you know, I like this one, I'm not gonna lie. But even some of the new iOS features like Apple Intelligence and the liquid glass displays, which I didn't get on the XR. So I was definitely missing out on a lot, and switching over to this phone has been such an awesome experience and has made me really appreciate the Apple ecosystem a lot more. Now, getting into the camera button, this thing sucks. I don't even know why they have it here. If you can just click the volume button to take a photo, like, I do not need a whole dedicated button for my camera. I know some people might like it. I've used it maybe 6 times, and 5 of those times was when I first got the phone and tried it out. When it actually comes to daily use and practicality, I guess, this thing's just useless, and it's kind of annoying, especially for me when I'm in my car and I want to hook this thing to the little holder thing that's in your car. Like, this button gets in the way, so if I move it a little little up, my phone turns off. If I move it a little down, my camera turns on. Yo, that's just me though. Maybe I need to get a different holder. But even like when you're actually taking photos, like you kind of have to shift the whole phone up to where it's like this, which, you know, it's such an awkward movement. But getting into the actual quality on the camera, it's actually really good. The main reason I bought it again was to film YouTube videos, and I did make a couple of videos which turned out really well on this phone. The quality is really nice, and I really like the action mode as well. You don't even need a gimbal because of that. And one of my favorite things on the camera has got to be the night mode shots. I don't know how this camera performs so well in low light settings, but it really does. All the photos and videos taken in night mode actually come out really well. So shout out to Apple, man. I don't know what they did, but it's really nice. Now, one of my favorite things on this phone has got to be the battery life. You can get from 0 to 50% in just 25 minutes. The amount of times I've had to go out somewhere and I forgot to charge my phone, I plug it in for 25 minutes and I'm up to 50%, which by the way will literally last me like half the day. A full charge on this thing has sometimes even lasted me like 2 to 3 days. I do keep it on low power mode, which is majority of the reason I get that much out of it. Now, I know that low power mode does limit the refresh rate on this screen to around 60 hertz. I don't really mind. The only thing I do on here is just text people, scroll Instagram, and average stuff that anybody does on their phone. Now, one thing a lot of people have asked me is it worth it to upgrade to the iPhone 17? Now, in my opinion, the only reason I'd upgrade to this is if I'm using something maybe below an iPhone 14 Pro Max, just because there's not that many new features with this. However, if you're someone who genuinely likes the 120 hertz display and it's something that you just can't live without and you don't want to pay the pro price, then it's definitely worth it to pick yourself up an iPhone 17 base model. You get all the pro features for the price of the base model, but in that case, it'd definitely be worth it in my opinion. Now, I do slightly regret getting this phone. I kind of wish I got the orange iPhone 17 Pro Max, and the only reason being the camera. I really wanted to be able to record an Apple log, and I can't do that with this phone, so I might switch over to the 18 when it comes out. I'll definitely be making more reviews and videos on this phone in the future, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. When it comes to long-term use, the only issue that I can see with this phone is the aluminum body. I mean, I've had a case on this phone for like since the day I got it, and somehow there's still chips on my phone. I do drop my phone a lot, I'll be honest, I do drop it a lot, but I mean, with the case, the fact that there's still some chips on it is kind of concerning. So I feel like if you were to use this phone long term and with heavy usage, then the durability would definitely be a concern. But aside from that, the battery life, the performance, and all the latest features on this do make it a really good phone. And if you plan on sticking with it for a couple of years, I think it's definitely possible. Just make sure you get a really good case, Apple Care, and a screen protector, and you should be all set. Now, this is the end of the video. I'm gonna continue to use this phone for maybe the next year or so until the 18 base model comes out or the 18 Fold. I'm kind of still debating if I want to upgrade, or I might just end up sticking it out with the 17. So I'll definitely be making more reviews and videos on this soon. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out my day in the life with this phone. It'll show you what a real day looks like using this phone. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.